There's a president of presidents in the room, and then of course, as the very visionary insurance mogul and heading the Chartered Institute of Insurance of Nigeria, I'd like to welcome Miss Stacy Chief, everything in between, including the Lord. Thank you very much for being here. I'd also like to welcome one person that I call dynamic, elegant, cerebral, insurance number and shaker, and that's my dear sister Rashida Adebisi. I always tell her that she makes you full in the insurance industry, and I do love that, yes. And of course, how do I begin to describe Mr. Adel Bajomo? I know that you're a former Fitc Association president, and he's more than that. He's everything in between. Besides technology, he actually sat on FICC board, delivering value and supporting the organization. And of course, executive director and Access Bank at the time. And Joint Stock Exchange, if I continue, I'll do the profile. But it's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you for having me. Thank you. I'd also like to recognize and welcome people at Tiamini, Gigi, and and of course, we cannot forget to recognize you whether they like it or not. It's something on the list. I'd like to say welcome for bringing handsome and into the room. Always. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I oftentimes do not look from a script. That is said because the insurance industry, they are usually very strategic people with most. I just want to let you know that I welcome all of you. First of all, only from my heart, as the Chief Executive Officer of FITC, my name is Dr. Chizom Halite, and it's always a pleasure to have this sort of industry collaboration that brings knowledge, quality, impact to the entire industry. And so I'll look through again and say, distinguished guests, industry leaders, esteemed sponsors and partners, and our very distinguished representatives and visionary and leader of the NICOM. We do know, ladies and gentlemen in the room, that it's a very great day today, and we're all here for great reasons. Today's event reflects our shared commitment to driving the transformation and sustainable growth of the insurance industry. At FITC, we believe that this report, which we are going to be launching today and unveiling today, comes at a pivotal time as the industry confronts both challenges and opportunities shaped by digitization, innovation, technology, and of course, more importantly, evolving and heightened customer expectations. The theme for today's event is driving sustainable growth in the insurance industry through digitalization, collaboration, and customer-centric strategy. And this is aligned with the theme and vision for transforming both the industry, the society at large, and more importantly, ensuring that there's financial system stability. The report is more than a collection of data. It is a strategic tool designed to reshape the future of the insurance industry. The insights gathered in this report will provide a clear pathway for enhancing market penetration, for building consumer trust, which is very critical for the industry, and for strengthening resilience across operators. By adopting the recommendations outlined in this report, industry players can accelerate growth, unlock new frontiers, explore great opportunities that are emerging, and then drive long-term value creation, which, by the way, is what the industry requires. Through the comprehensive analysis of the market trends you've seen in the report, regulatory shifts, and technological advancements, the report will equip chief executive officers and regulators, stakeholders in the industry with the knowledge required to adapt to emerging risks, for embracing technology, embracing innovation, and remaining competitive. I'd also like to highlight that this report underscores the critical role of leadership and collaboration. And collaboration in the sense that Financial Institution Training Center, as you are aware, is a heritage organization that is set up to provide the entire players within the financial service sector with knowledge solutions that will advance the practices and the operators and all of the interventions that we make within the market space. So in making this happen, working with NICOM, we have also created an opportunity to consolidate knowledge in a way that industry players are equipped to do more and be more and be able to meet the needs of the consumers. Oftentimes, there is a divide with insurance between the operators as well as the regulators and the consumers. Many leverage insurance for when it is compulsory and mandatory. For third party, for vehicle owners, people are thinking, oh, I do not want police to catch me, so they get their insurance done, so they get out of trouble. It's much more than that. Insurance gives you safety, and that's the reason why it's important. For corporations, if it is mandatory because I'm going to the risk asset, I take insurance because my bank insists that I have insurance. And the desire for the collaboration for the regulator and the operator is to make insurance a culture. It has to be a culture for the society to be safer, as a matter of fact. People go through pains when they have losses. And so the continuous education that FICC is going to be bringing and playing is not going to end in this room. It's not going to end with bringing operators and regulators together. It's going to also continue in creating extremely innovative and engaging programs that reach the grassroots. And so today, as we speak about financial inclusion, it's not just about banking products. It is also about insurance products that reaches to the grassroots, creating a more viable society, a more stable financial system, and more importantly, a stable environment for everyone. As we launch this report today, therefore, we'll be committed to using the findings to lead with purpose as leaders, to innovate within our own operations, and to drive sustainable growth for individuals and the society at large. We hope that through this, the insurance industry will continue to be a pillar of resilience, support, growth, progress, and impact. Welcome once again, everyone, and I wish you all a very insightful and productive session today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm the CEO of FICC. Please, another round of applause. Well, I took away things from that address. I mean, they talk about insurance. And the fact that we need to make insurance a culture in Nigeria. Right? So, our next agenda is to take a keynote address from the CMI. But let me say this. This report was supposed to be launched last year. And somehow we were not able to get our commissioner in the room. So the strategy was, is either he comes or we take the event to his office in Abuja. But somehow we managed to have it. Welcome, Commissioner for Insurance.
Well, good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Just before I give my cue, I think I'd like to make a few disclosures. I entered the room and I saw everyone there. And suddenly it dawned on me that my tie is red. So I need to explain that NICOM will have not changed at all. And it was not an intention to move over to FITC. But I can tell you, I think there's just a natural alignment in terms of this collaboration. So to that extent, you can clap for the president of Chartered Insurance of Nigeria, my own president, Mrs. Yetunde Olubunmi. The chairman of NIA, That's the only one I can say if I don't pay 1%. Mr. Kunle Ahmed, Managing Director of FITC and our partner in this project. Mrs. Chisholm Alize. Other distinguished directors of FITC, CEOs of insurance institutions here present, and indeed I'm very glad to see your bright and shiny faces. The President of NCRLB, that is the Nigeria Corporation of Registered Insurance Brokers, who is my good brother, Prince Babatunde Oyetade, who is just coming. You're welcome. Our guest speakers and distinguished speakers, members of the press, my colleagues from the National Insurance Commission, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. For me, I think today is just an exciting day in so many respects. Because I'm actually delighted to be a part of this project and to be at this event of the launch of the insurance industry report. Where we'll be looking at insights from leading CEOs as prepared and collated by FITC. So I wish to extend my sincere gratitude to the Managing Director of FITC, Dr. Alize. For the exceptional work she's doing, and particularly in collaborating with the insurance sector, as well as the entire board of FITC and the key executive of FITC. So to the entire FITC team, I must acknowledge your collective effort of over 2 decades and total in shaping the financial sector, 4 decades. 4 decades of shaping the financial sector and your commitment to the future of the insurance industry. I can tell you your contributions are invaluable. Today we gather not only to unveil the findings of a detailed research report, but also to celebrate the resilience, adaptability, and forward-thinking spirit that defines our industry. Together, we will explore the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. And I'm confident that the insights shared today will inspire us to reach even new heights. As we gather to discuss the future of the insurance industry, I would like to underscore the vital role that CEOs, and I would like to pronounce this Chief Executive Officers play in shaping its trajectory. Insurance CEOs are instrumental in driving growth, innovation, and financial stability in their organization, which in turn contributes significantly to the growth of the sector and by extension, the larger economy. The role and significance of insurance CEOs extends beyond risk management. They play a pivotal role in promoting economic growth by providing businesses and individuals with protection against unforeseen risks. This protection fosters a stable economic environment, enabling businesses and investors to grow and to venture with confidence. Through advocacy for regulatory reforms, promotion of financial literacy, and the drive for industry-wide change, insurance CEOs ensure the industry remain resilient and capable of supporting economic development. So as we move forward, it is therefore essential to recognize the critical role each of us play in shaping the future of our industry and by extension our national economy. Your collective leadership and vision will be instrumental in driving growth, innovation, and sustainability, ultimately delivering the bright future we envision for our nation. Thankfully, FITC's report has pinpointed key areas, calling our attention to valuable insights and strategic recommendations. that we help stakeholders navigate complex market trends and regulatory landscapes. The primary aim of the report is to establish a robust framework that accelerates growth within the insurance industry. If this work has been done for us by FITC, I think it's only best for us to make the most of it and build mechanisms around the numerous recommendations that are in the report. The report provides a thorough analysis of the Nigerian insurance industry, highlighting challenges, opportunities, and strategies for growth. It identifies critical paths, pain points, untapped potentials, and actionable strategies to drive growth in the industry. The report also offers valuable insights into the challenges faced by industry leaders and provide recommendations for operators as well as regulators. From the regulator's perspective, the report provides invaluable insights into insurance industry, posing pertinent questions that require constructive answers. It also advances notable recommendations for our considerations as regulator, among which are the need to provide working solutions to issues surrounding data availability, data integrity, data storage, investment to acquire data and reliability of such data, capacity building and how regulatory activities generally can enhance a more vibrant and sustainable insurance sector. We view this report as a positive feedback, offering a unique window into the mindset of CEOs regarding regulation, digital transformation, and of course, the interesting subject of recapitalization. Yes, thank you, sir. Furthermore, it sheds light on the pervasive challenge confronting the industry, including low awareness, economic constraints, brain drain, and the lingering impact of COVID-19 and geopolitical issues all around. If COVID-19 features prominently in that report, you should understand the context and the age in which that report was put together. We are committed to carefully considering the report recommendations, and we are aligned with our strategy, and this aligns honestly with the strategic objective of the National Insurance Commission. This recommendation will inform our effort to strengthen our regulatory framework, as well as other related activities around compliance, risk-based supervision, innovation, and claims management, essentially. As we move forward, it is essential to recognize the critical role insurance industry players will play in shaping the future of the Nigerian insurance industry. Whether it's NIA, NCIB, ELAN, ARIAN, TRAN, by whatever acronym, we all hold a critical role in this project. To bring the identified gaps, we must adopt technological innovations such as InsurTech and RegTech, which have enabled top-performing insurance markets to optimize their operations, enhance customer experience, and unlock advanced analytics. NICOM's strategic plan prioritizes strengthening regulatory framework and driving digital transformation to enhance the Nigerian insurance industry. And to this, we are fully committed. Our collective goal is to establish a safe and sound insurance sector, which can only be achieved through sound corporate governance, compliance, risk-based supervision, innovation, some level of consolidation and an efficient claims management process. By working together, we can build a resilient and vibrant insurance sector that supports Nigerian economic growth and can stand as a major partner in the Nigerian project. This report distinguishes itself from its rigorous methodology and by prioritizing data source. It focuses on primary data gathered directly from CEOs of insurance institutions. By posing targeted and insightful questions, the report elicited candid and critical responses from chief executive officers of insurance institutions, providing a nuanced understanding of industry complexities. The report underscores the imperative for leadership initiatives within the insurance industry, particularly in embracing the much talked about digital transformation, fostering a culture of innovation and enhancing customer centricity, developing future leaders, and devising measures to strengthen risk management. Similarly, the report reveals a rather interesting perception about 35% of CEOs who do not fully agree that recapitalization is aimed at improving the growth of the sector. And that is very okay, really, because for us as a regulator, it's also important to know how our leaders are thinking. It does not mean we agree, right? Because we are that was not my focus. So this indicates that beyond these walls, right, there is need for the players and regulators, as well as other critical stakeholders, to engage in work collaboratively so as to get to our destination faster. In conclusion, the insights and recommendations presented in this report underscores the critical role of insurance CEOs and industry stakeholders in driving the sector's growth and resilience. For me, I believe that together we have the tools and the vision to propel the Nigerian insurance industry to a new height, ensuring its pivotal role in the nation's economic development and also global competitiveness. And I'm sure in this regard, we are all aware that Africa is already looking with us. So if we refuse to move, other nations of Africa will be moving because we're a signatory to that agreement to that protocol. Once again, I would like to thank FITC for their hard work and the dedication in producing this report, and all other stakeholders who have contributed in one form or the other to the success of this report. I look forward to working with all of you to promote the growth and development of the Nigerian insurance industry. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for that wonderful keynote address. When the commissioner mentioned the recapitalization, there was some murmur in the room. I was wondering why. But then again, the regulator himself is in the room, so if you have a problem, this will be the right place to discuss that. So thank you so much for that address. Without wasting your time, we're going to, even though the keynote address almost touched the entire report, but we're going to take a slide from the researcher himself, Mr. Arinze Odile. Odile, please, can you come on stage? Thank you for having
Just 1 minute before we get. Arinze is an analyst and he's a good one for that matter. But before that, I would like us to take some good message. I would like to ask that our very distinguished president, Mrs. Yetunde Lori, So please give us a good message. Thank you. Yes, good message.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Commissioner for Insurance, the CEO of FITC, our Chief Justice, I'm called to the President of NCRI, Professor Babatunde Ubatade, the Chairman of NIA, Mr. Kule Ahmed, all other protocols duly observed. I recognize all the CEOs and the representatives in the House. And I'm making, because I'm the one in a hurry to get out of here, I'm not going to make like a long speech like the commissioner, that's rightfully so. Because of this speech he made, you can all agree with me that he has gone through the report and in support of safety. And I just, on behalf of all practitioners that CI represents, because we represent all the arms of the industry, I'm just making this goodwill message to say we are in agreement with what is being launched. Just yesterday we had business outlook and we focused on the insurance being the tool for unlocking sustainable growth. And in discussing all that we did yesterday, bringing together professionals from the Big Four and even the FIRS, all that we focused on is that we need to leverage on collaboration. We need to come up with decisive action as it relates to customer centric, customer centricity within the industry, insurtech, and partnering with people that are necessary to get the insurance industry right. I want to say also that we have an industry document, which is a visionary document, a 10-year strategy document. And I want to say this perfectly fits into it. Because honestly, if you have been thinking on how do you get there and you're not getting there, it's better that you ask people that are looking at you and people that have done it like for 40 years to say, let's come together and do this together. And I think that this is what is happening today. We're very pleased that this report is coming out. And one good thing about the report is because the report I expect to be unbiased. If it were to be any of the analysts that came up with the report, somebody can come up with impression, opinions that a bit of bias were introduced because they say, oh, this person was MD of this before he became this. But this is people outside talking to us about ourselves. And I think we better take it, unlearn all that we have learned over the years. It doesn't matter how long we have learned it. Be ready to learn and relearn. And I want to, on this note, say big thanks to my sister. It's a great opportunity coming into your premises, and we are happy that you have done this. And big thanks to all. I hope the way you read out the names is all in order in which they are supported. Honestly, the same thank you to the sponsors.
Thank you so much, Madam President. Absolutely not. It wasn't the formal election. I mean, we don't do that. Thank you so much. I'm actually very happy that what we're doing here today Alliance with the Chartered Institute of Insurance Nigeria, which is very impressive. At least we are on the same page. Right. So let's move forward now. While we are getting ready for the lead speaker to take us through the report, let's take Arena now for this next minute so that we can have an insight into what the report looks like. Arena, please, a round of applause for you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Honorable Commissioner. Here. Dr. Malize, Respect our Good morning. Distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, good morning to all protocols who are observed. My name is Ariza Ejile, and I'm here to keep it short and sharp. Just today, the foundation to catch a glimpse of what the key insights are saying in this report. So at FITC, we have a tradition of going through our core philosophy in every presentation, but in press for time, I'll crave your indulgence in skipping this ritual. So the outline of the report of this presentation goes with the introduction, the industry needs and pain points revealed in the report, the gaps and opportunities, growth strategies, and the proposed framework. The strategic objective of the report, the main objective was to, like the Commissioner said, was to formulate a framework to accelerate growth in the insurance industry post-COVID era. Solve the objective include identifying industry needs and pain points, unearthing gaps and opportunities, providing insights, and then we'll go on. So the report opens with the global market insurance and ranking industry with the US. 2021 and 2022, still maintaining rank #1 positions. And in Africa, we have South Africa ranked 20th, and Nigeria 70th. But the numbers, the stats remain the same. In 2023, we learned that the gross premium rating for Nigeria grew by 27%. That's from 790 billion to 1 trillion naira. In total assets, we have seen progressive growth, 1.8 trillion to 2.232 trillion, which is like around a 28.89% increase, to 2.8 trillion as well in 2023. But however, the inflation rates are still low, and for e-ShortTech, we have for the 14 securely funded startups. However, we have about 44. The main points for the research revealed by CEOs include low market penetration. We know that there's limited adoption beyond corporate clients. We also see regulatory and compliance challenges, as the Honorable Commissioner has said. 5% of CEOs also cited regulatory hurdles as key barriers to growth. There's slow-paced digital adoption and e-ShortTech development. And one of the main points as well is also the fact that there's talent reduction and skills gaps. So 35% of CEOs report difficulty in retaining skilled professionals. And then we also have customer experience and trust deficits. For gaps and opportunities, the report shows that while there are low insurance penetration and coverage gaps, we also have expansion of digital and embedded insurance. So the possibility of mobile, 70% mobile penetration rate and collaboration with the telcos can also increase the penetration rate and coverage gap. We also have the talent and human capital deficit as a gap, and the talent development and capacity building as an opportunity. And this is where National NICOM, FICC, and all stakeholders can come together to see how we can build to harness the talents and to transmit capacity building to the industry, to the young. Growth prospects and strategies. We asked during the report, during the field work, CEOs, the degree of confidence they had on growth prospects. That is, if they are across 3 parameters, 3 metrics: the economy, insurance, and their organization. And we realized that there was a vote of no confidence for the economy. 56% of CEOs are slightly confident in the insurance industry. However, 87% are highly confident in their organization. Now, growth-inducing attributes that we discovered from this report include, as I've mentioned in different presentations, just for digitalization, the need for a regulatory framework that's also flexible, bank assurance and campaigns, the merger between the insurance package offerings sold through banks, macro insurance recapitalization, and the insurtech implementation. Now, the framework we propose, which in form of recommendations, through the lens of the CEOs, we see that there's a need for digital transformation. With, as you mentioned, with 70% mobile penetration rate, about 185 million telephone users, we can feel that we can channel our next policies and product offerings to this cohort of individuals. The need for talent development and retention, need for regulation, collaboration, and customer experience, which brings us to the theme of this launch, which is driving sustainable growth in the insurance industry through digitalization and collaboration and customer-centric strategies. Because CEOs are saying that this core is the driving the growth for the insurance industry in the next post-COVID era. I've pressed for time, but just keep it short to use the opportunity to thank our distinguished sponsors, industry associations, and everyone who has put in the work to bring out this report that we're equally grateful. I'll hand the mic over now to President.
Thank you. Round of applause for everybody. Okay, thank you. You will notice that Arize was, trying to rush through it so that we can be home early for breakfast. We will move forward now, right? We have seen the insights. I mean, it's very precise. But to delve deeper into it, we are going to invite an industrial leader, MDC of Zest Payments Limited, current president of Fitc Nigeria, Dr. Stanley Jacob. He will be joining us virtually to deliver his advice. Thank you very much, Doctor, if you can hear me.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Quite an interesting progress so far. First, I want to start by apologizing for my inability to be there physically present. I had planned that already, but due to some board engagement that limits my ability to transit, so I had to join this virtually, but I'm also super glad that I'm here to witness this landmark occasion today. I want to especially recognize the Commissioner for Insurance for joining this event. Shows how critical it is. And also to commend the Chief Executive and leadership of the FITC for what they have been doing. Quite a lot of work I've been following very closely in the past years, and I sincerely commend your good work to the industry. Also, to specially recognize Mr. Adi Bajomo, I saw him there, and to add that our commitment to insurance as an industry is total. I served as his vice president for 4 years during his tenure as the president of the Fintech Association of Nigeria. And I can tell you that insurance is the only sector that we had a standalone committee at the governing council level. And it shows the kind of importance and what we place. I recall my meeting with the former commissioner for insurance, where he said we wanted insurance to be number 1 or number 2 in the country, just as it is in many other climes. So I thought to commend that and jump straight into my discussions for today. We see a lot happening, and today we are saying how are we driving sustainable growth in the insurance industry. I personally look forward to this report. I already told my executive assistant to say, please get me a copy. I won't sleep without reading it once it is launched. But you see, despite the decade of activity that we've seen in the insurance sector, many efforts to take it to where we desire it to be. The Nigerian insurance sector is still largely underexplored. We still see that it is underserved, with the insurance penetration still, as of the last report that I read in 2022, less than 1% of our GDP. And when you move to wider Africa, the insurance market remains one of the most underserved globally in Africa. So, and you still see the penetration rate less than 5% compared to the industry average where you have it above 7%. So we think that the opportunities to grow in this space is there and lying bare before us. We've seen structural reforms in for over 10 years, from like the Pension Reform Act and other similar reforms, playing a critical role, a pivotal role in stimulating growth between this different aspect of financial services. We've also seen the financial inclusion, that's the payment system strategy, the national financial inclusion strategy, all these things coming together to, in one way or the other, sometimes through unintended consequences, actually growing insurance in the market. We've seen pension. Pension used to be one aspect where we struggled a lot, but we've seen it grow 70%, benefiting both the consumers and the industry. We also have seen growth in lending, largely driven by digital lenders and financial services, contributing to the growth of the various insurance products we have in the market today. But where are we going to? I believe that we need to be more deliberate enough to take necessary actions that will move insurance to become top one or number two in the country and across Africa. I think that anything that succeeds in Nigeria has above 50% chance to succeed in Africa, given our population and our spread. And to ensure sustainable growth in the dynamic market like ours, insurance need to embrace digitization, right? The insurers need to embrace digitization and be more open to collaborate and partner, prioritize customer centricity, transparency, and customer awareness. We need to move from a stage where insurance is a push to making it insurance a pull from the consumers. How do we move from having consumers, how do we move from a place where insurance grows because it is mandatory for motor drivers, full-time employees, borrowers, and others, to a place where consumers deliberately want insurance because they see the value in it? Because we run an economy that has a very large informal sector. So we need the consumers to pull insurance. Today, we are doing largely a push for insurance, and that will not take us to number one or number two. So that brings me to speaking to the pillars the three pillars that we can touch on, or four, and I'll do that very quickly. The first is digitization. Digitization is very strong if we want to take insurance to that mark where we want it to be one or two in the industry, above banking actually. And first is digitization, the shift to digital channels, okay, which we have seen that significantly raised expectations for service delivery. Today, with our mobile penetration, anything that is not digital might likely not happen. Okay, and we think that with InsurTech, we can lead on this transformation. Right, I sit currently as the president and the chairman of the governing council for the Fintech Association of Nigeria. We have 600 bodies, institutions present there. And I am super excited to see that my principal and immediate past president of the Fintech NGR is here at this event. It was during his tenure that we set up the InsurTech Roadmap Committee, working with NICOM and stakeholders from the Nigerian Insurance Association, right? And their laid out agenda, how do we support? We think that we have a responsibility to push this up to where the stakeholders desire it to be, right? And we completely recognize the importance of technology driving adoption of insurance. We believe that technology will address the issues of access and flexibility for customers. And when we talk about access, how we have, I don't think we know our population, but maybe 200 million or 250 million, in Nigeria. The point is, if you look at this number, how can they access insurance? Without an institution standing in front of them, how can our people access insurance? This calls to question the need to digitize and embrace insurtech in a wider scale, right? Then flexibility, how do people pay for insurance, right? We've seen people say, look, even elites, even the big guys, now, if you want to buy an SUV today, some of them cost as much as 500 million naira. You see that the rich people want to actually pay their insurance in smaller bits. So how do we give flexibility to consumers? If my insurance is 10 million, I want to pay 1 million monthly. If my insurance is 100,000 or 10,000 for a micro user in a year, that person wants to pay 1,000 naira monthly or 100 naira daily or 50 naira daily. How do we use digital to give this flexibility? This question is very important to how we can scale. Now, digital solutions have revolutionized the know your customer. And this is we talking about onboarding, right? The KYC process. And we've seen that it has accelerated the identity verification. And most recently, we've seen the adoption of artificial intelligence, improving accuracy. First, we started with digital to onboard people. Now we've seen AI improving accuracy and also streamlining onboarding through automation, right? We're seeing some aspects in the adoption of blockchain, reducing and subsequently eliminating paperwork contracting. There's a lot of paperwork that happens with insurance, and just like some other financial services, right? So we think that bringing this AI, bringing blockchain can help onboarding, can help contracting, and this thing can even make it more transparent, and it saves time and make it more efficient in terms of operations for even the insurers themselves. Like blockchain and automated reporting also provide transparency to help track transaction. How do I know when my insurance is expiring, right? I once had an experience where I was doing an insurance product for my parents. My wife's parents, and it was a case of something they sold to me to say, if you take this product and any of them dies, which is inevitable, we'll give you 1 million naira. And you have to do it for 5 years, then stop. I did it for year 1, year 2, year 3. And at the end of year 3, sometime around February, I think that will be like 4 days from now, 25th, I lost my mom. Then I remembered I had this plan. And when I called in, they said, oh, no, sorry, it expired in January. After doing it for 3 years. And if you break that payment, you do not access it. So I had to cancel that product. So how do we deploy technology to ensure that we can track transactions, right? So you contribute something for 3 years, you're supposed to stop at year 5, but at the time when you need it, there's someone telling you that you didn't renew. It was last week you were supposed to renew. So those things are things that we think technology can solve, especially because we can track and we can apply a bit of behavioral monitoring. We can also prevent fraud and impersonation and give policyholders clear, accessible coverage information, and for the sector. This is very important for the sector to grow, right? Artificial intelligence is playing a role for customer service. How do we service customers, right? Sometimes we see that it is easier to sell, but when you want to claim, it is much more difficult, right? Just like someone says, it's easier to take this, but when you want to withdraw, you hear so many things. We need to make customer service much more easier. The AI-powered chatbots, virtual assistants, we are now seeing agentic AI, AIs that can work like human beings, coming to serve people. We need to see how we can do that for the higher segment, and for the lower segment, we give them some human assistance in how we serve them. Going to pillar 2, I'll talk about collaboration. Partnerships are essential for driving a sustainable growth in this sector. And particularly in Nigeria, where we see the insurance sector has a low penetration, there are barriers, and we have a large informal economy, like I mentioned. This informal economy presents either a barrier or a huge opportunity for the sector, depending on how we want to see the glass. Right, and cross-sector collaboration offer powerful solutions. One of the most impactful partnerships could be around the mobile network operators, and that's talking about the telcos. With Nigeria's high mobile penetration, insurers can collaborate with mobile network operators to offer micro-insurance and USSD-based services accessible to customers with smartphones and internet access. And we can see that this will expand coverage, and it will deal with the conversations around access and flexibility, right? So having cross-industry alliances to create opportunities for embedded finance offerings, right? How do we embed insurance into everything? Not even some things, right? And into everything, and create value-added services around it is a conversation that insurers need to have, right? And in terms of being more innovative, we need to also see insurance need team up with institutions across diverse sectors, from fintechs to healthcare, to transport, to logistics, to manufacturing, and others, right? Not just the financial service institutions and a few of that. A lot is happening in these other sectors, and that is where the adoption takes up in a large scale and from a value chain approach. Regulatory collaboration is equally critical, and having the insurance regulator collaborate with other regulators, both in finance and non-finance sector, is critical. We can see some commendable progress in this regard, but I must say that the importance of this regulatory collaboration cannot be overstated. By working closely with the regulators and the industry associations like Fintech NGR, working closely with institutions like FITC, Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Pension Operators, Nigerian Medical Association, you'll be shocked at what can happen with insurance, right? Not just every time we say regulators should collaborate, we just see they want to collaborate with SEC, with CBN, but there's a lot happening in the non-finance sectors, and we need to spread it out to this aspect. If we do this, we'll see that our insurance can innovate better. They can help us shape our industry standards through a jointly coordinated initiative, and also to help us meet the consumer expectations around insurance. Of course, if we do that, consequently, we will now have a more stable and reliable insurance environment. Finally, engaging customers, because the customers also have a role to play as active collaborators, can lead to more customer-centric innovation, right? Insurers who incorporate direct customer feedback. How much are we collecting feedback from the customer? Okay, I'm glad that FITC is unveiling this research today, and this is a landmark for me. But we need to make collection of feedback from consumers a normal thing. It has to be normal. It has to be mandated so that people can know how a customer feels after every engagement with an insurer, right? I shared my experience. Nobody took feedback from me after that. I only got a sorry via phone call. But it needs to be something that needs to be looked into. It needs to be said, okay, how do you manage communication with this customer? So some of these things, incorporating feedback will help us to get better satisfaction and even strengthen loyalty in terms of wider adoption. Moving to pillar 3 quickly, customer centricity. I'll quickly touch on this and then wrap up. For customer centricity, we've seen that having to serve the customer well is very important. We saw how the advent of COVID-19 reshaped all our lifestyle demands and expectations, right? And we've also seen what technology is doing since then. I've talked about how we can use AI, blockchain, and other technology platforms to support the growth of insurance. But we need to also make this reflect in the customer experience, in the customer communication. What are the touch points, right? There need to be a revamp of customer touch points for insurance, right? Some sort of omni-channel. What do we want to do around this space? I think the insurers can sit down with the fintechs, the tech providers, to see how we can revolutionize the touch points for customers, right? driving personalization, right? How do we drive policies that are tailored for customers specifically? Sometimes the needs vary as much as possible. We might not be able to cater for every customer, but the ability to personalize as widely as possible is a recipe for success, right? And also simplification. Using local languages, clear terms to build trust and transparency is very important for us to drive customer centricity. Lastly, I always cannot complete my discussion without talking about sustainability. And that's because I did the first doctoral research in green banking and payments. So sustainability is a part of my life, right? And I think that we need to do sustainable insurance. That is the pillar 4. If we do some of the things in 1, 2, 3, you are almost getting to sustainable insurance. We think that sustainable insurance will present a shift from how we are dealing with traditional insurance products to green products. And that way we can have environmental, social, and economic benefits. So first, insurers and the regulators have to identify, understand, and manage the risks that are at the core of our insurance industry. And these risks will now come in the ESG form, right? Having the environmental risks, social risks, governance risks, right? How do we decide how insurance products should be designed? How do we ensure that the things we are insuring are green friendly, right? We might think we are not there now, but it might interest you to know that we have a bank in Nigeria with the first to solarize tower in Africa. That is a local bank, not even an international bank, a Nigerian bond bank. So people are moving. You don't want to be the last to make that move. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, I want to pause here. I know that this is supposed to be a short and sharp event. And thank you for listening to me and the opportunity to share my thoughts at this session. Thank you very much.
To have you on the room. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. So, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to break protocol at this point. Sorry about that. So we can take very sharp photographs, just so we can capture this moment in its fullness. So I would like to call out in this particular.
Let's get it going. So,
good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The lady in the middle one, sorry about my voice. So we'll just call out a few names, just to do very quick photographs. We'd like to call on stage Gateway Lori, President CIN, Omoshe Olusegun, CFI, President. Rashida Kadiri, CCO, Aksad Master. Kule Ahmed, MD, Aksad Master. And Chairman of the Governing Council. Thank you.
I'm not comfortable with
Why you not comfortable? It's even worse this way.
All right. See.
Yeah.
Okay. This everyone.
Thank you. So the next, we have NDCEO, Health Insurance, Wally Firing. We also have the ND of Salary Insurance, who will we also have a Maratule Ukade, Nigerian Council of Registered Persons. And then I think Banjo is joining us.
Yes.
I think Banjo, apologies.
Yeah. She goes for
Thank you. And the last but not least, we have MOMG, Ransoming, including NIG, presented by Antola, Lori, and then the Cornerstone Insurance MD, Stephen, and my name. Apologies for that. The last but not least, NAICND presented by Timi Oyetolu.
Thank you. What is that? Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. And for make no mistake, this is not the last the photo sessions. We had to do this, especially for the press who are in the room. Thank you very much, everyone. Now, keeping in mind that we have just heard from the lead speakers, we will use that energy to get into the panel session. It's going to be very brief and sharp, as always. Like I promised, you will be able to listen to it. So to moderate this, I will invite on stage Dr. Adeola Abato. Please, a round of applause. Welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Starting on current existing protocol, I'd like to appreciate the CFI and other speakers, as well as the other invited guests that are taking time out of their busy schedule to attend this launch event. Thank you very much. On our panel this morning, we have the lead speaker, Dr. Stanley Jacobs, who will be joining us virtually still. We also have with us Rashida Adibisi, Chief Client Officer for and also Mr. Adiba Jomo, former President of Fitc Nigeria, Executive Director at Access Bank. Our fourth speaker, who should have joined us virtually, unfortunately is not able to do so because of the exigencies that occurred this morning. So we having the speakers as well as the virtual speaker. So I'll be starting with you, Dr. Stanley Jacobs. Please can we have him on screen? All right, we'll go on with the other panelists that are here. One is Dr. Jacobs joins us. All right, thank you very much. So I'm starting with Rashidat. From your perspective, what are the key factors that determine the success of new insurance products in Nigeria? And how can insurers refine their innovation strategies to align with evolving consumer needs?
Thank you very much. I think some of the key points that come up today, I will probably put it in three key buckets when we're thinking about new products. I would say that first of all is the customer centricness. We are still so used to selling what we want to sell, not necessarily what the customer wants to sell. The amount of research and engagement we do to customize or personalize products is still really missing. And for new products that we are creating now, it will be important that we think about ways to personalize it. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to create multiple types of a product. One product will suit 5 or 6 types of customer segments. How do we create the right proposition to manage and to target those people rather than creating many products? We're just creating a better experience, better engagement for the customer. So in the end, the customer is important. If we're selling to millions of people, I'm okay with you buying it. We need something different. And this is where the behavioral support is also very important. I also see us not doing enough behavioral investment. I think the FMCG sector are the people who have done the most behavioral science. They try and see how taste is changing, how culture is changing, and they're adapting their products, both the brand, the taste, the flavors to the new behavioral requirements of the new generation, even the older generation as well. So that's something that's going to be important for us to have successful products. We then come to distribution. Sometimes the digitization we've done is to sell faster, sell more. But I think it's just, putting our resources in the wrong place. But we do need to be able to sell. The FPR report that talks about financial inclusion says to all of us that people are not aware, and sometimes they don't know where to buy it from. So of course we need to be online and offline. But I've also found that from experience that having a wonderful website and having the product there doesn't mean people just go and buy. You have to create the right funnels, the right processes to make it work. I think the third one that's still affecting us will be trust and transparency. Transparency upfront to say this thing you bought, you're only covered for 100,000. Don't let the person have a wrong impression. People talk about small prints, and we're chatting earlier, and talk about small prints. Small prints seems to be a product, but I can even tell people what they're covered for and what they're not covered for. And say to them, this one you're not covered for, you can pay extra money for this. But we're focusing more on just saying, oh, I'm the cheapest. Because we are selling commoditized products. But even in commoditized products, we can create value. And how do you manage trust? It's about your character, your competence. People, you say this is what I would do it all the time, make it work, make it visible, make engagement. I feel if we touch on these three key things, we have a very good chance of launching successful new products and things that people want, not people things we find it easy to sell. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing such wonderful insight. Thank you very much. So going to Dr. Mr. Adibajo, as an advocate for financial services innovation, what role do strategic partnerships, whether with Fitc, telcos, or other sectors, play in accelerating product innovation and insurance growth in Nigeria?
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think I was having a short discussion earlier with Mr. Kuliabi about jobs and roles, and he's been into jobs all his life, 2 employees. In my own career, I think I kind of know employees, to be quite honest. But I remember very well I had a stint in 2005 with an insurance company called Health Insurance.
It's the oldest life insurance company and pensions company in the UK, probably one of the oldest. And what I did there was actually define the technology strategy at that time. Well, at that time, which blew everybody's mind, had the largest technology-led insurance transformation probably. They went in and invested £483 million to transform all the insurance records. So you're talking about insurance, you're talking about life policies, pension policies that have been there since 1940. You're talking about data that is stacked up in archives, ancient data. You know, you're talking about different computing systems that have been changed over time. You're talking about, and before computers were actually introduced into insurance business. So how do they do this? The only way they could do it is through partnership. They went into a partnership, a 14-year partnership with a company called TCS, that's Standard Consulting, some of you may know it. And that's how the transformation began. So you cannot, there's no way insurance companies or any industry can actually go forward without this collaboration, because that's not the core competence of the insurance company. So to move faster, to do it properly, to actually get the benefits, and actually also not just for your customers, but for the industry and the company to survive, you've got to make those investments. Those are huge investments, those are great investments, those are great partnerships as well to do. Today, Pearl is now part of listed on the London Stock Exchange. And there are other collaborations that my colleagues have mentioned, Dr. Stanley, Rashida, you know, you're talking about telcos, you know, and telco products. Again, I can see insurance companies are doing pretty well here, but there's a lot more to do at that level of collaboration. It's about bringing the right products to the channels. Yeah, and the telco channel is a very powerful channel. Right products in the sense that micro insurance tends to look at the nature of our industry. We're talking about SCMD. One of the things they've done very well is that remember when we were growing up, everything was in big cabinets. Yeah, but you couldn't even buy monkey. You know, now they come to say one monkey cube. So it's the nature of the industry we're in, it's the nature of the country we're in. So those who want to buy packets, let them buy. Those who want to. So there's a lot we can learn, you know, from those industries. So collaboration across the board, you know, regardless of the sector, industry is very important to accelerate the growth of this sector.
Thank you very much. So one thing that has come across this morning from all speakers is the power of collaboration and partnerships within the insurance industry. Thank you very much. So we'll be going on to talking about partnerships and collaboration. And Rashida, as digital platforms and embedded finance continue to shape the industry, how can regulators strike a balance between fostering innovation and maintaining necessary oversight when licensing insurtechs and enabling partnerships?
You know, you got me so much value, I understand. Sure. But this is big guys. So I look at it on two sides, and I would have to talk about where we're coming from and where we are now, and where we're moving to. The regulatory framework is very important. I feel that debating about whether we should recapitalize right now is just a non-issue. Because what it costs, someone spent £408 million. If you spend £1 million now, you won't make the right level of investment. So for me, the regulatory framework is important, the licensing is important. What I think it needs to be done in a collaborative way. And I'll give you a real life example. It's not in your head, it's like commercial. I mean, for insurance. So we launched an initiative with Fitc, and it was a health initiative because we have a different license for health. And people were calling and saying, you guys are just something exciting. We got a call from NICOM saying, you people did not get approval from us and you are selling insurance. You are getting a show cost letter now. Madam, it's not saying. general business or life lifestyle is health insurance. And somebody there has to say, no, check where we just sent us the letter. Of course, we explained ourselves. What would have been exciting is for someone to come from there come and say, which product are you selling? It's not general, it's not like, why are you selling it? What do you need from us to sell it? And the first time we launched that product, we sold maybe a few thousands of policies. We had to retweak it, relearn. This is where the test and learn comes from. The next one we did, we sold over 600,000 policies in an embedded way there. And 85% of the people there are first-time insurance buyers. They've never used insurance before. So it's even when the regulator puts their own licensing, creating an environment where you are encouraging and supporting the insurers is something that we are citing. And when we talk about now, and we think about some of the exciting things that our current leadership is doing, where we're working on the enforcement. Because if you have all the laws that can be enforced, it's a problem. So ensuring that all the things that make it happen is a big focus. It's very, very critical for us. And I think that's happening already. We're doing stuff on third party, but going to more yes. And then other things we need to do different yes. We think about regulatory sandbox. We have it already, the new dispensation, but the sandbox allows me not to worry about any laws or just to work with the regulator and keep reporting. It took us for a long time to start it, and many people using it now, maybe not so much. Because we still feel constrained. Our first thought is that we fine. The regulator will say, why did you not pay this? Not telling me what happens that they don't allow you to pay this. How do we work on this together? How do we go it? Don't find me first. Ask me what happens and we can do that. So we're seeing that going a bit more now. As we go into the future, there are new tech things. I've seen the first draft of the insurtech regulation. The regulator is asking us for comments. But I will think to you that I also want that the focus seems to be on people who want to do insurtech for distribution. We need insurtech across every part of the value chain. How we're delivering. If you are leading an insurance company, the first thing to sign an agreement just to sell. Yeah, because selling is not the problem. Delivery is where our problem is. How do we deliver the right experience? How do we get the data? How do we keep improving on it? In fact, sometimes we have to keep changing the policy coverage consistently on some solutions we've done with some other people. So we need a regulatory standpoint, and it's feeling that the regulator say is working for me as an insurer. But at the same time, I understand that the regulator must protect the insured population, and this is part of their own mandate. So we know that we'll have to find that balance. I think this is something we're going towards in the future, where we now have reg tech, and we're doing it like very, very collaborative. It's almost like a tango. Yeah, dancing with your regulator. I feel that moving to the future is the sort of environment that's being created. Of course, we know that there's some bad behavior, but bad behavior is not intentional in some instances. But let's create a plan to change it together. I not just feel like, first of all, let me find you and bring you down, that you will not behave yourself. We probably need to adapt a little bit. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, CFI, and thank you for that also for clarifying the regulatory framework and then having regular engagements with the regulator. Thank you. So back to you, Mr. Bajo. Collaboration is also cited as a key enabler of digital innovation. How can insurance, fintechs, and regulators create a more interconnected ecosystem that enhances financial security and customer access?
When you're talking about collaboration in the digital world, we're moving fast into the digital and AI. So you can talk digital and AI. The baseline for all this is standards. If we can't understand what we're talking about, we need a translator. If we're using very slow translators, there's lots of translation. Then we will end up with the wrong results, or we have to keep working. So if you look at banking, you hear the word API started a long time ago, but the banking industry really pushed it forward. It's a form of standardization. To make sure that we can communicate with each other. Then they've taken it now over the past few years to open banking. And what open banking now does is empowering, to a large extent, the consumer to choose the banks they want against standards. So I might decide, you know what, I'm a bank with GTB all my life, but I don't want to keep GTB, but I want to have bank with access. So, but I don't want to log into GTB account and access account. So GTB, please send all my statements to access. And with open banking, the standards are there, it can be done today. I have the choice to buy from anybody I want in a very transparent manner, and it creates a level playing field. The industry around investments is developing. You take the Fitc protocol, for example, that's the financial exchange protocol. That's the communication-based lines in there. And I think the standard there is that the insurance environment have to develop their own APIs, so to speak. Those APIs allow the regulators to come in and see whether there's a fair play in terms of how you're passing the policies and all of those kinds of stuff. Get your reporting, etc. And it's not in real time. Those APIs enable you to reach out and interface. You were talking earlier on about delivery channels. About protocols and all of those kinds of stuff. They allow you to be able to interface and actually push that out to your customer and drive the experience of your customer. Because you cannot interchange in real time with your customer. And I know some of you are well ahead, you say sometimes customers don't know, but I've been quite impressed with that. 3 years ago, I just told you on your site, so 3 years ago, for travel insurance. Yeah, and I was laughing in my head. How come many more insurance companies in the country don't even do those kinds of discretionary insurance? Because if you do more of it, people will actually take it up. I took it up and it worked. Again, I was pleasantly surprised. But you can see the power. The second time I tried it was a little bit flaky. But this is an evolution. So those standards are very, very important. And that's really where fintechs come from. The fintechs, let's be honest, it's all industry that needs help in this transformational world. The insurance guys are experts in their own space. They know how to, draft their policies, manage their risks, and all of those kinds of stuff, distribute their products. But quite frankly, they don't have the bandwidth or the energy or the experience to go and start doing all these technology, whatever. So this is where that collaboration comes in. Big time, where the tech can help set the standards and work with regulators, work with companies to actually drive at scale, because this is a scale business as well. We're talking about penetration, and we're going to get that scale. You really need technology to actually drive that. Thank you.
Also, thank you very much. I'm told by Secretariat that we have 2 minutes more for this session. So we'll take our final words in about 2 minutes, and then we'll open the stage for question and answers from the audience. So I should have 2 minutes, your final word. Thank you.
Oh, wow. I just want to say to us that I think when we've talked about this for so long, we've said the regulator has held us back for so long. It's high time that we just don't complain and we just act and do things together. Collaboration is very essential for us in the insurance industry. Collaboration, and maybe just to put a plug in, the NIL under the leadership of the current chair and the team have launched a survey for the industry. That makes a difference. I think we should stop waiting outside file services, colors, writing, the easy. When actually, this is the reason why we can get customer feedback as a standard in that industry. So that all of us, your company, this is my own customer experience for last month, for last week. And you can actually check what is the data for everybody else in the industry. Are we better? Are we worse? How do we start to create some level of benchmark data to help to challenge everybody? Because there's something about competition to know that you're doing better, you're improving. Because once you track, you can improve overall. But the clients need us. There is already risk. We have people who are insuring everyone in the country, all of us for insurance, but they call us when there's a problem. We need to work together on the behavioral change to move people from asking their family to support them to getting an insurer to be there for them in their timeline. So that their family member is just icing on the cake and then. And the only way you can do that is by really creating a big difference. And making sure that things like documentation, information is made available. There's nothing special about keeping records to yourself alone. People cannot steal your client just by getting records. Records should and data should help us to do the right pricing, the right information. Without having a very clear information of claims experience, we're all losing out. And I was talking by saying that one customer says to me, if you increase your price, I'll go to another insurance company. For the next 50 years, yeah, we have more than 50 insurance companies. I can keep buying from all of you and claiming every year. Nobody can catch me. So whose job is it to fix that? Is it the customer or ourselves? I think the matter is on the table. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So collaboration from the thank you. So back to you, Mr. Bajo.
Firstly, I must really congratulate the Commissioner and the entire industry for actually going on this report and launching FITC for corporate independent. And you will say, well, I'm quite passionate about the transformation of, baseline transformation of the financial services sector. But quite often, people go and fix problems where they don't even understand the underlyings. So the first step to fixing a problem is to understand the underlyings. Then you have to eat like a doctor giving you prescription without diagnosis. So you do the diagnosis, which is a great step. But what's the use of the diagnosis if you then don't come forward to implement it? And I think this is really where I would urge the commissioner and his team to really make sure that everybody that goes around and implements it. One of the interesting things I found out very much in this country, certainly in my very first job in this country, I thought it was a part of something I thought was way out. Really way out. And I wrote the paper, did everything, 2 months, and then I came out and presented it. And apparently somebody stole it. Somebody did it like 5 years ago, but nobody did anything about it. Yeah, and once over the years, you've seen more and more of those that there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing what we're talking about. Somebody's doing something about it, but nobody has implemented it. So that implementation to me is extremely key. The second thing is we must not be shy to invest in technology. We have no choice. If we're going to take that leadership position, we're not just talking about Nigeria. A lot of commission mentioned, a lot of people mentioned that Nigeria is the cornerpost. You talk about Afghanistan. People are looking at us for leadership, for guidance, not just the insurance company. How we leverage technology, how we leverage collaboration, and all of those. So if we're going to do that, let's start now. Within the individual companies, sometimes deploying technology is not expensive. Yeah, so sometimes we think we have to spend money. Yes, there are different levels, but they're simplistic level. So how many people use ChatGPT, for example? 1, 2. Okay, so if you more. So use ChatGPT more. Do you know, in writing your policies and all of that stuff, that thing can help, and you're not even spending a penny. In summarizing all these insurance policies, if you really want to know the cost of it or whatever, so these are like augmentation tools that you can get. It's costing you money. The Chinese just did one called Fitc. There's like a million one out there. So simple tools like that. But as you then go up the chain, those who can afford it will gain competitive advantage. Invest more in your risk models. Then you can now start looking about personalization. So, the computer will take a second to personalize me. It knows my age, it knows what I'm doing, it knows my work. In fact, you can collaborate with people like banks and using bank insurance. You can actually even start segmenting. If you collaborate with him, you can see, this guy lives in this part of the country, so this is the weather condition. Maybe I can sell this to the agricultural people. The possibilities are just endless. So the adoption of technology, whether at the very, very entry level, or to the sophisticated level, what I'm working with.
Thank you very much. So implementation of the findings from this report and investing in technology, and technology is not necessarily expensive. Thank you very much. So I'll give to MC, even as we take questions from the audience, both physical and virtual attendees. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much, our guest panelists, and thank you so much, everyone, for listening. And those online, we see you, and we're going to take your questions too. But because we're pressed for time, we're going to take maybe just 3 questions. Please keep it very short and concise. And then those online, we're going to get your questions. Please use the chat button to drop your questions. We'll take it up from there. So if you have a question from the room, please indicate so we can answer.
Good morning, Commissioner. My name is Studio Bintadi. I represent National Relations, Nigeria. This is a wonderful report, though we as workers have not received it. We look forward to receiving it. Talking about the insurance industry, there are 2 critical parts of the industry. No matter what you do, their efforts either impede or accelerate your activities and achievements. I speak to the insurance workers and the loss adjusters. Well, I do not know if this report will capture the activities and the influence of these 2 hands. We'll need to see the report and just assure the DG that when we receive the report, insurance workers will be added. I will see how they are going forward. We agree that digitalization, collaboration, and customer-centric strategies are essential for the industry to do. But you see, we all come from the same household. We belong to the same father. And if you show favor, or you are advancing the career of one child, those whose career you are not advancing, pull down the career of that child that you are not advancing. Of that child that you are advancing. We know you are, this is with the best intentions, but we want to be carried down. I want to thank the Commissioner for inviting me to that, because what we saw was insurance CEOs who talked just insurance CEOs and national organizations. But we are here because it's an industry. I want to continue to collaborate with the industry forward. Please let us have a copy of the report, then we shall be happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. So we think that
Thank you, everyone. Good morning again. My name is Hawa Onowale, and I'm a member of the FITC advisory team. So I have 2 questions. The first one is for the regulators, right? I'm just curious, do we have plans to develop and implement microinsurance policies that cover certain part of the informal sectors like transport workers, traders, and also how do we want to reach that community and bring them into the space so that they can understand the importance of this and also help improve the quality of their life. That's one. Then my second question is to not just the regulators now, also the other stakeholders, right? Are we thinking about hybrid choice products that brings a combination of both savings and insurance into one? We want to encourage younger generations, right, to be able to buy insurance policies. And also, are we looking at community-based insurance that also helps a group of people to buy insurance policy? Yeah, thank you. Let me illustrate your commission. I think I can that question we have what you think you very happy. As you're looking for the next question, the point on microinsurance, we know how the microinsurance framework. It's not even new. It's been launched and curated. We have some registered microinsurance companies, and we also have other insurance companies who have the microinsurance radio. So that is already there. So that's what we're talking about. The policy, the regulations are there. The question is whether you are able to create value from that as the insurers. Because in the end, the regulator can create a framework, the insurers have to work on it. and implement as they see and think fit. I think there are complexities along the way. There are interests, there are opportunities as well. So there have been initiatives from even the insurance association, the CI, and everyone has done different sort of town halls and sessions in different communities before. There are relationships being done with governors, with other communities. I think even with the Senate and the reps, there are also conversations ongoing on how we can keep in and create it. So I think what is missing at the lower level is even missing at the higher level. So when we talk about microinsurance, I don't really like the name. I think we should really focus on inclusion. Because if we improve the inclusion even at the lower level, the same lessons we learn when we improve inclusions at the higher level, you'll be amazed that when we only get in the room of insurance companies and say, how many staff, how many of you have more than 2 insurance policies? It will be a small population. In some of the best companies, maybe it's 30% of them that have multiple insurance policies outside that. And we're asking the questions why? Why don't we have more? There are a couple of initiatives on research to find out more. So in the end, if we unlock awareness, education, we're creating the products people want, we're able to allow them to buy it any way they want to buy it, and there's already an ability for you to partner. I think some of the new regulations should help us there. The communities, the associations, there's been affinity groups. The industry has done stuff with, even road transport workers in the past. So things are happening. The question is like, were we able to sustain it? Did it really have the impact expected? Did we go for a battle for the lowest, who can price lowest because everybody wants to get the account? Some people they just want to eat and chop mounts and clean rather than really create value. Anything that is not symbiotic does not last. If it's only one person or 2 people that benefits and there's many people at the table, it can't last. So I think the challenge for us is how do we create symbiotic impact? That's the only thing that will then create sustainable growth and insurance. Thanks.
Yes.
No, sir, I don't want to speak people. They've been working very hard on it. There are many initiatives, but yet the number of insured people is just still so low. It's unbelievable.
Thank you so much. Clearly, the top question had already been answered.
If I could just follow up on the point that I think the president of the insurance brokers made. He brought my mind back a few years back when the Nigerian Stock Exchange was trying to make a change of this style, or perhaps on a different track. And you made some very good points. And the analogy that you cited as well. The reality is that the transformation that we're talking about today has to happen within the brokerage community as well. So it won't just be the insurance companies, the brokerage community have to be part of the hustle of the entire job. So if I sort of quickly summarize, I'll give you a clear example. I can remember if you cast a man back to the Nigerian Stock Exchange, literally even up to about 7 years ago, 10 years ago, it was everybody actually has to floor to trade. And if you miss the floor, so if you get another one and you don't get to the floor by one thing, you can't trade. The price can move against you. So you will lose money or make money. And that money is real. Yeah, and I can remember what I was telling me that one day he had this deal to make. Yeah, and the traffic was so bad. It was so bad that he had to get off his car and jump around Okada with his starting just to make the exchange of money goes around. So one of the initiatives we brought was that we're going to put a cable at that time. This was over 10 years ago. A cable in every broker's shop, and they will trade from the office. And you won't just trade from your office. You will be able to use market data to build apps, and anybody can trade. Said no, it won't work. We have to trade on it. Guess what? A few started. Yeah, and everybody knew it. They started doing it. Okay, the cost was a problem. We found a way around the cost and share that with you and the other. But then the Black Swan event happened. And if that wasn't in place, so when we were looking at it in short-sighted manner, the Black Swan event was COVID-19. If they didn't have those cables in the offices before COVID-19, they would have no money. There will be no money for the 6 months we no market. So sometimes that transformation may not be obvious, but that's where the whole world is going to. And it is now left for the brokers to adapt and see how they will change their own business models to leverage what is going on. So to speak, if that's what to capture. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's been a very interesting and engaging conversation. Would have loved to continue, but for other pressing engagement, we have to wrap up this plenary discussion at this point in time. I would like to appreciate my speakers and panelists for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us today at this launch and sharing very insightful strategies that I'm sure everyone here is going to go ahead able to implement and consider even as we go back to our respective places of work. So thank you very much once again. And before we exit the stage, I would like to invite the MD CEO of FITC, Dr. Chizo Malise, even as she joins us for a quick photograph. Thank you very much.
CFI as well. CFI.
It's your partner.
It's fine. Yes.
Thank you very much. We're going to go into the available number. So, but it's really 30 seconds to recognize the presence of the SCIB Nigeria, the Executive Director of Operations, Shalan Keobulana. We also like to recognize the presence of the MD
Advantage you.
All right, thank you for that restoration. Last year, Abubakar Song, Taka for Insurance Limited, Great Nigeria Insurance PLC, Kokobu, and Shiga, is MD. You're all welcome. So, to unveil the report, I would like to invite once again to the stage the Honorable Commissioner of Finance, MSC of NICOM. Commissioner for Insurance, got a third. Thank you so much, sir. And also, I would like to welcome on stage one more time, MSC of FITC, Dr. Chizo Malise. Please come to the stage.
Chairman. We're going to be adjusting some laws as well. Yeah. Please join us. Thank you. That means just a little bit. Yeah, we're not squashed. Thank you. That's Second protocol is that it just want us to do. Okay, let me just help. All right. I'd like to say another round of warm welcome to everybody in the room. We do know that we've done quite a lot of protocols all through the day. The first wave of protocols, recognizing the dignitaries who are in the room, recognizing the second wave of dignitaries, and realizing that every single person in the room is a dignitary. Please put your hands together for yourself. Everybody, thank you. We'd also like to say it's such a pleasure to have this happen today. The insurance industry is a very significant part of the financial service sector that FITC is particularly designed to serve. And every single time over the last 5 years, we've started to work deeply, extensively with NICOM, as well as a good number of the operators. We're extremely delighted about the swiftness and dynamism that is happening in that sector. So to take it forward, we have created this report to help the operators as well as the regulators take away the burden of wondering what developments are happening globally within the industry. We know that they are very busy chasing markets, creating markets, penetration, new products, new innovation, new regulatory issues, and particularly delighted about the regulatory sandbox. And so we took that on as a knowledge institution to put this report together. And so as I welcome all of us to take a look at this report as we do unveil, we will also make sure and ensure that copies reach to all of you, all of our players, brokers, operators, regulators, so that we can ensure that we take all of the knowledge inherent in this report to foster deeper growth within the industry. Thank you. And so at this time, I would like to charge the very distinguished personalities by the table to unveil this report officially. All we need to do at the count of 3 is to just lift this up, and then we can do it for proper unveiling. 1, 2, 3 to the floor. Thank you. And then of course we can review the real report for everyone. Thank you. Does everybody have one? This level, yes. They say we should need equal level.
Yes.
Equal level. Precision, yes, equal level. Thank you. This is correct, yes. Absolutely.
So, after the coaching session, we'd like to invite our sponsors to the stage and also take the lead from the
Thank you.
The representative of Fitc Assurance. One inch, so that we don't have to go extra. High pressure. Representative of I. Excellent, sir. That shows that. Give me all the sharp. With all the representatives that I've just called, can you please come to the stage for a group photograph? I equal insurance, tax, staff, prudential, give me all the sharp.
Yeah, you're already here. You're already here.
I question that
All right, Mama, we're ready.
all images and securities are there for all it was next after this session. All CEOs all CEOs and they are representing
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All FITC exports to the United States. FITC exports. You know, still have
Rhythm to life in Nigeria. A heartbeat that rises with each sunrise and refuses to fade with dusk. It's a story of hope and dreams that push forward against all odds. But sometimes the odds can be tough to overcome.
Total lockdown in major cities in the country.
In life turbulent times, you need someone who stands by you. When life feels like a halt, you need a partner for progress. That's where we come in. At AXA Mansard, protection isn't just about policies, enrollees or premiums. It's about being there for you and protecting what matters to you. Your assets, your health and your wealth through critical and uncertain times. In a world where actions speak louder than words, we find our purpose in acting for your progress, empowering you to face the world with confidence, knowing you're protected by a brand trusted by over 93 million customers across more than 50 countries. With global expertise and a deep understanding of your personal and business needs, we have the strength and resources to support you through any adversity, keeping our promises and paying your claims on time. Life, like nature, has its storms, but with us, you have a lifelong partner, sustainably innovating and adapting to whatever comes, helping you shape your story one chapter at a time. So, why should your future be a risk? Visit axamansard.com or call 0700 AXA Mansard to learn more. AXA Mansard. Know you can.
In a rapidly changing global economy, knowledge has become a key differentiator. Knowledge is considered an asset, the source of competitive advantage and key to business success in today's dynamic and fast-paced world. FITC is a world-class innovation-led knowledge organization committed to leading the advance in knowledge content that are creatively designed to strengthen the Nigerian financial system. Through technology-driven capacity building and advisory solutions, FITC equips industry talent for optimum performance. Through a clear vision, strong values and quality people, FITC builds upon the success of our member firms, which are the Nigerian Bankers Committee, the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Commission, and all licensed banks in Nigeria. We continue to expand the frontiers of knowledge within our primary ecosystem in Nigeria and beyond the African frontiers. With a global focus, our innovative FITC e-learning and thought-leading programs permeate all continents of the world and top corporate organizations, impacting and shaping thoughts amongst C-suite executives, as well as senior and mid-level leadership. We create, curate, and disseminate knowledge solutions that support the strengthening of skills across sectors. In our FITC advisory portfolio, we equip leaders and companies with knowledge-based research, demonstrating our understanding of the complex business challenges they face. Also at the core of our advisory services is the development of cutting-edge strategies that convert opportunities into value, stimulate organizational growth, and improve overall business performance. Our culture of excellence mobilizes and binds our people together with shared purpose and values that define and reflect in everything we do. FITC, leading in knowledge through innovation and technology. Come journey with us.
There is a certain rhythm to life in Nigeria. A heartbeat that rises with each sunrise and refuses to fade with dusk. It's a story of hope and dreams that push forward against all odds. But sometimes the odds can be tough to overcome.
Total lockdown in major cities in the country.
In life turbulent times, you need someone who stands by you. When life feels like a halt, you need a partner for progress. That's where we come in. At AXA Mansard, protection isn't just about policies, enrollees or premiums. It's about being there for you and protecting what matters to you. Your assets, your health and your wealth through critical and uncertain times. In a world where actions speak louder than words, we find our purpose in acting for your progress, empowering you to face the world with confidence, knowing you're protected by a brand trusted by over 93 million customers across more than 50 countries. With global expertise and a deep understanding of your personal and business needs, we have the strength and resources to support you through any adversity, keeping our promises and paying your claims on time. Life, like nature, has its storms, but with us, you have a lifelong partner, sustainably innovating and adapting to whatever comes, helping you shape your story one chapter at a time. So, why should your future be a risk? Visit axamansard.com or call 0700 AXA Mansard to learn more. AXA Mansard. Know you can.
In a rapidly changing global economy, knowledge has become a key differentiator. Knowledge is considered an asset, the source of competitive advantage and key to business success in today's dynamic and fast-paced world. FITC is a world-class innovation-led knowledge organization committed to leading the advance in knowledge content that are creatively designed to strengthen the Nigerian financial system. Through technology-driven capacity building and advisory solutions, FITC equips industry talent for optimum performance. Through a clear vision, strong values and quality people, FITC builds upon the success of our member firms, which are the Nigerian Bankers Committee, the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Commission, and all licensed banks in Nigeria. We continue to expand the frontiers of knowledge within our primary ecosystem in Nigeria and beyond the African frontiers. With a global focus, our innovative FITC e-learning and thought-leading programs permeate all continents of the world and top corporate organizations, impacting and shaping thoughts amongst C-suite executives, as well as senior and mid-level leadership. We create, curate, and disseminate knowledge solutions that support the strengthening of skills across sectors. In our FITC advisory portfolio, we equip leaders and companies with knowledge-based research, demonstrating our understanding of the complex business challenges they face. Also at the core of our advisory services is the development of cutting-edge strategies that convert opportunities into value, stimulate organizational growth, and improve overall business performance. Our culture of excellence mobilizes and binds our people together with shared purpose and values that define and reflects in everything we do. FITC, leading in knowledge through innovation and technology. Come journey with us.
There is a certain rhythm to life in Nigeria. A heartbeat that rises with each sunrise and refuses to fade with dusk. It's a story of hope and dreams that push forward against all odds. But sometimes the odds can be tough to overcome.
Total lockdown in major cities in the country.
In life turbulent times, you need someone who stands by you. When life feels like a halt, you need a partner for progress. That's where we come in. At AXA Mansard, protection isn't just about policies, enrollees or premiums. It's about being there for you and protecting what matters to you. Your assets, your health and your wealth through critical and uncertain times. In a world where actions speak louder than words, we find our purpose in acting for your progress, empowering you to face the world with confidence, knowing you're protected by a brand trusted by over 93 million customers across more than 50 countries, with global expertise and a deep understanding of your personal and business needs. We have the strength and resources to support you through any adversity, keeping our promises and paying your claims on time. Life, like nature, has its storms, but with us, you have a lifelong partner, sustainably innovating and adapting to whatever comes, helping you shape your story one chapter at a time. So, why should your future be a risk? Visit axamansard.com or call 0700 AXA Mansard to learn more. AXA Mansard. Know you can.
In a rapidly changing global economy, knowledge has become a key differentiator. Knowledge is considered an asset, the source of competitive advantage and key to business success in today's dynamic and fast-paced world. FITC is a world-class innovation-led knowledge organization committed to leading the advance in knowledge content that are creatively designed to strengthen the Nigerian financial system. Through technology-driven capacity building and advisory solutions, FITC equips industry talent for optimum performance. Through a clear vision, strong values and quality people. FITC builds upon the success of our member firms, which are the Nigerian Bankers Committee, the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Commission, and all licensed banks in Nigeria. We continue to expand the frontiers of knowledge within our primary ecosystem in Nigeria and beyond the African frontiers. With a global focus, our innovative FITC e-learning and thought-leading programs permeate all continents of the world and top corporate organizations, impacting and shaping thoughts amongst C-suite executives, as well as senior and mid-level leadership. We create, curate, and disseminate knowledge solutions that support the strengthening of skills across sectors. In our FITC advisory portfolio, we equip leaders and companies with knowledge-based research, demonstrating our understanding of the complex business challenges they face. Also at the core of our advisory